With the added context of how the internet sees the show as a whole, episode 3 is hilarious because the entire conflict is like farming outrage for clicks and using people's anger for profit, and nobody caught on to that because they dunked on the show as soon as it had 11 minutes online. Again, they only saw the first episode. And yeah, okay, so you see one out of context picture of some nerds with fedoras and Pepe shirts and write off the entire show because of it. Nice, I guess it's whatever. Anger sells, so why not manufacture it? That's literally the point of the episode. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too hard into things, but at the same time, it's not really my fault that this episode perfectly sums up what the Clownfish TV offices look like. Episode 3 is also important since you see how the writers take different approaches with fleshing out concepts previously explored in the Origin series. In order to give the girls more character, Alex is given the A-plot of getting a job at the evil conglomerate company to retrieve info, while Daisy is trying to make the apartment spick and span and hide who she truly is for the sake of her parents' approval. Originally, it was both Alex and Daisy who had the parents visiting, and the contrasting personalities of their parents added a bit, but it was kinda fast-paced and crowded. Here, however, we get some hard-hitting social commentary while Alex is trying to rise through the work industry and capitalize on the perks. And when the plot is resolved in an unexpected way, with Daisy's parents hating her for saving them, it shows that all she really wants is to be appreciated by people, which is something we all want, honestly. She may not have the support of her real family, but she does have Alex and Nut, and your family doesn't always have to be blood related to love you. I feel like this idea of choosing your family and the people who care about you is like super interesting and gay. It's not an upfront lesson, but I feel like it helps me gain a new appreciation for the rest of season 1 because the rest of the status quo changes. I have to say episode 4 is the episode I like the most of the whole run because of the animation and character development. It's just here in spades. Like, look, we have a static shot of Alex, Daisy, and Nut talking, but there's just slight bounciness to the movement. The expressions are sick as hell, I love it. I feel like at this point, we really got a flow that matches the expressive voice acting. I know most people might say the final 2 episodes are best, but this is my video. Plot-wise, Daisy gets infected with a mushroom spore that's like basically a personification for depression, mental illness, self-deprecation, you know, the whole shebang. The issue is that since it's magical, only she can see it, even as the mushrooms start to grow. I honestly do applaud this because this is an issue that people really face, and even if it is lampooned in a humorous light, the joke isn't at Daisy's expense. I think everyone kind of fears that their mental health and their lives not being in the tip-top shape makes them a burden on their friends. And Daisy feels inferior because ever since getting a job, Alex has been walking on sunshine. She's more confident, she's able to befriend the landlord, she even braved it up and talked to her crush Coffee Dude, who she still can't refer to by name. But you get a sense that they generally have some chemistry, and it's nice to see her actually be proactive and talk to her crush instead of dragging it out for 40 plus episodes. Hearing what exactly makes Daisy upset makes us see her more than just the cool and chill, sarcastic stoner that she presents herself as, and it makes her more grounded. You kinda just wanna hug her because some of the shit, it hits way too close to home. I think the most important thing here is that Daisy and Alex actually take time to talk to each other about their issues once they both get infected. These issues existed beforehand, and honestly, depression never goes away overnight. But it's about keeping your emotions under control and having a positive outlook. It empowers you, and having a friend support you gives you the energy to feel like you can control your life. You might not be able to fix everything right now, but a little at a time is still something. It's also realistic in the sense that Daisy has a chipper mood helping Alex with her worries, that she immediately feels embarrassed and depressed after when she has to talk about her own issues, which are much more severe because of them being personal. It's hard, but directly talking through your issues does indeed work. If you're around a positive friend, they won't take it personally if it's about them in any form. Now, for the final 2 episodes, starting with episode 5, it centers on Alex attending a job training seminar to try to get more info, while Daisy ends up finding herself in an alternate dimension ruled by Nut's sister Gloriana. Daisy gets stuck there due to Gloriana trying to prey on her desire of wanting acceptance from her family, her friends, and to have somewhat of a normal life. The thing is, having normalcy means losing free will, and just about any of the spontaneous variety of life. We aren't in control of everything, but that's not worth trading for a life where you can't control anything. When Alex reunites with Nut, Daisy confronts her about how apparently neither of them were chosen because of destiny. Nut was just desperate to find anyone willing to do the job. This was all Gloriana speaking, to Daisy of course. It was a radical shift in their lives that put people in danger, including them, and they're both understandably upset and want some alone time after learning this. Alex seems genuinely interested in rising through the ranks of the company in order to do some good, but Daisy argues against it and the two split for a bit, and Nut has no luck in finding any replacement guardians.
Aha. This is a fun one. Shows like Magical Girl Friendship Squad are gold mines for people who love to say they hate things that weren't made for them. As Cash pointed out, there's specifically a pattern with these types of shows that get hate bombed for specific reasons, specifically bigoted reasons. It's always sucky how I can tell just what shows are gonna get hated on. That is typically the ones I'm sort of fond of. Like I can look and be like, damn, they finna beat your ass in quote tweets. Obviously, sometimes there are more valid reasons, like with High Guardian Spice, if you somehow remember that. But the reasoning was that there was nothing to show, and they were just pushing the all-female staff as a trailer instead of like an actual trailer. I don't get it. Thundercats Roar did that too. Kids do not care about who's working on these shows, especially if they haven't seen the shows yet. But yeah, it gets kind of tiring seeing the same anti-modern cartoon people push the same stuff out every time something comes out that they 1000% probably don't even care about. There's like a big chance they're just pretending to be upset at this because they know fostering the same uninspired, one-sided take usually do get them the same type of points they usually get doing the same shit every time. I looked at Magical Girl Friendship Squad and honestly, it's not that bad, like at all. Cash is obviously giving a more in-depth analysis, but from a general standpoint, it's really not worth the crazy hate it got. But that's kinda what just happens. Now the worst thing that usually comes from this is when the online internet people who know nothing about how to make TV shows or cartoons start to critique the people who made these things on a personal level, specifically an unnecessarily mean level. Shit, you've probably seen some of these videos of people on this website literally trying to demonize people in charge of these shows just because they don't like the shows, when in actuality, a nigga gotta eat and this is a job for everyone involved, and it's most likely a project of passion for the creators. Now obviously that does not mean the media is devoid of criticism, I ain't saying that, but you don't gotta be an ass about it or just say ignorant shit. The amount of desensitized I am to seeing the same shit on my timeline every time one of these things drop is just to a disappointing level. I shouldn't be used to this, but I am. I've also learned that most of the time the people spewing that old head shit, hitting on all the round and colorful new stuff, they most likely aren't even old. I've seen kids my age and younger making the 80s and 90s their biggest hill to die on, repping G.I. Joe and He-Man when they weren't even born to see its first air on TV. I experienced this firsthand with my video stating the objective fact that character design now is more imaginative than character design back then. Shit, I'm not even asking you to like it. Just look at the facts. And the fact is, y'all be tweaking when it comes to anything modern that you'll grab at straws just to feel something to fuel your false anger for your old head internet points and sometimes disguised bigotry. I'ma keep it a buck. I like how this show looks and I wiped Daisy up so fast you got no idea. It ain't worth any of the hate it got. I feel like this is mostly in part to the normalizing of this behavior from online review culture, or at least early online review culture. If you are on this website, I don't even have to say any names because you know how infamous some people are for, like I said earlier, absolutely trying to demonize people who go to work every day like a normal person. Only difference being they work on children's media made for children. For a while it was popularized to not only hate the show with no good reason other than your fave saying it was bad, I might add, but also hate the people who worked on it for superficial reasons. When I was there for it, I'm talking people calling for the firing of certain writers because they hated certain episodes they wrote on, or people sending death threats to crew members for simply doing their job. Oh, you were the one that wrote the Squidward torture episodes? You deserve to not be alive right now. We're gonna put you up that barrel and put you in chains like they did Patrick. And now it's obviously more or less overt because you just look like a weirdo doing that, like overtly. So now it's just Twitter. Nobody's trying to make you feel bad for watching this show because it was supposedly made by bad people. They also make you out to be a bad person somehow because they just formulate terrible narratives they don't actually care about in order to make the people they don't like look bad. There are videos out there that strive to do just this exactly. Like imagine consistently playing into this delusion, probably enough to where you actually start to believe it yourself. I just don't understand how you can make a career bashing other people's careers exclusively. Like, are you happy taking big meaty shits on things? This isn't even criticism. Like most of the time it's just mean. And then if you speak out about it, they'll say you just can't take criticism or you don't like your favorite thing's criticize. Like, am I living in bizarro world here? I feel like while the internet has brought discussion upon us and a wide range of creativity and good takes, it's also given people the opportunity to show terrible ones. And not only that, it's also made people a whole lot bolder. You'll find it rare to see people keep that same energy in real life, where if you say real weird things, people get real weirded out by you. But behind the scenes, you can say all the weirdest things and no one's gonna check you in real life. Every day I wake up mad knowing I can't put my hands on you internet niggas. Some of y'all are actually sick and just don't know how to act. People with audiences will say the wildest stuff and wonder why they can't get any industry connection whatsoever. It's almost like trashing someone's livelihood makes you less likely to talk to other people who are also in said field of same livelihood. I may have not been there back in the day sending those messages, but I for sure ain't seen nothing wrong with it. It was normalized. Nowadays, instead of it just being modern cartoons in general that get the flag, it's oddly convenient how it's always the ones that look a little gay, or you know, the ones that feature good representation that ain't exclusively white males. It really makes you think, really says a lot about society. I just be sitting to myself thinking, how do you justify in your own head that any of this is okay? What mental gymnastics do you put yourself through in order to make you think that you're not a bad person for this? I don't get it, but at least we're in a better position now. Every couple of months, it seems like the community of people that watch cartoons has been healing a bit. Every show or cartoon that's been demonized beyond belief by your favorite cartoon YouTuber from 2015 to 2018, they've all been given a second chance under new, not fake outrage eyes. And oftentimes people are seeing that these cartoons are really good or just okay. Nothing to get up in arms about. Seen it with Sanjay and Craig, Fanboy and Chum Chum, Johnny Test, and now recently Breadwinners. Obviously history is still and currently right now being doomed to be repeating itself. Just instead of stupid fun cartoons, they're targeting colorful gay cartoons. I think eventually we'll evolve past the point for the need of fake outrage for things that haven't even come out yet, or things that are out and aren't even worth it. But as for now, you just kind of gotta scroll on your phone, and once you see it, roll your eyes a little bit like you always do and then click the mute button. Surprisingly, that does a lot. You'd be surprised. I like my non-homophobic bubble.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Kang, and let me just tell you, Alex is the best, bro. Oh my God, I do not care. She is so cute. She is thick. The hair, the glasses, all that stuff. Also, like, don't get me wrong, Daisy's cool and all, but Alex, though, you can tell she is the more responsible of the two, all right? Like, keeping it real, keeping it real.
Stupid, but I will persevere.
She really just be out here, you know, just doing her thing. And, you know, she still looks out for her girl Daisy, but she knows like she's got to be the responsible of the two. And that helps her stand out. She's so like, you know, doing her best. Like, you know, she's not the most confident, but she does her thing. All right. She's smart. She got business tactics. She got street smarts. And she always getting her side hustles on top of finding a job and trying to keep it and saving the world at the same time. Come on, y'all. That's Black Queen energy right there.
And our garbage disposal got all backed up.
You understand.
We'd hate to have to call 311 and report negligence.
Alex has shown that she is the responsible type. Like, she understands her role within being friends with Daisy and, you know, just living with her as well. Because she loves old girls, she does, but she knows if one of them has to be responsible, she has to be the one to take that role, which she does. She does she gets her hustle on, she works, she does what she can for herself. And I also like the fact that she is the most imaginative or creative of the two, with her having her vision boards and her ideas on certain things, like with episode 2 pretty much showcasing all of that, including her weird taste in music, which, let's be real, when you're black and you're not listening to just hip-hop, niggas gonna come for your neck, bro. But I like that about her. It makes her very quirky, fun, and overall a little smug, but she make it work. I love her for that. I love her a lot for that. I really like the dynamic between Alex and Daisy. Like, you know, Daisy, it does mean well. You know, she's very lovable and charismatic, but at the same time, sis is also kind of a mess, respectfully. And Alex, although she is very confident most of the time, very much tries to get her hustle on and does what she can, she's still a mess herself. Like, it's explained literally in the first episode by Daisy, of all people, that she projects her fantasies onto this one nigga who doesn't even know her name, and she doesn't know his name either at first. And even by the end of the series, she still don't know this nigga's name, but whatever. I really like that it still showcases, you know, Alex's flaws, you know, because they don't have to glamorize her to make her relatable or interesting. She's just, you know, she's just Alex. Like, we've all been there before, son. I've been there. I'm a mess. A lot of people think I'm on top of stuff. Like, bruh, nah, I'm a wreck. I'm a dork. I ain't got none of this, but this ain't about me. This is about baby girl Alex, you know? And we love her for that. And finally, we just gotta say it like it is, y'all. Alex is a thick black queen. Like, son, listen, I remember watching the original pilot of, you know, Magical Girl Friendship Squad when it was just like this short little series, and it weirdly had Estelle in that series as well, but that's Sas's point. I remember them just like having, you know, Alex be there and her being this quote-unquote biracial character, and biracial, but she was also racially ambiguous as well. In the show, they let her embrace her blackness, especially once they got Quinta Brunson voicing her son. She got it all, son. She got the hair, the thighs, and that ass. Just, Alex, baby, I love you. Like, listen, son, y'all know my type. Y'all, if y'all follow me, y'all know my type. Y'all know how it be. Y'all saw my video on Nicole from Craig of the Creek, his mama. Y'all know that I am a brother that appreciates a thick black queen on top of being a hard-working one. Who? She is lovely, y'all. Oh my goodness, I just love her so much, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Baby, you gorgeous, girl. I apologize to Cash because this nigga got to deal with me being down bad for this character, and I don't care what niggas say about the show, the designs, all that stuff. Nigga, you can say whatever you want. I am here for my baby girl Alex and nothing else. Though I do think the show is still pretty fun on its own, respectfully. So yeah, Alex is, once again, because I gotta say this for the whole world, I want the whole universe to know this, Alex is in fact a thick black queen. Thank you, Cash. I will probably have more to say in another video. Peace out, bro.